You are not going to believe this. Do you remember the outrage when we found out that the prime suspect in the mass train stabbing that happened in Huntingdon on the 1st of November was also the prime suspect in a stabbing that occurred on a DLR train the night before, yet he wasn't caught by police? Well, get ready to be outraged even more, because this man, Anthony Williams, who is the prime suspect, has now been charged with a list of 7 other shocking offences from the day before, and it does beg the question, why on earth was this man walking free on the Saturday evening when that mass stabbing occurred? You're not going to believe this. Let's take a look at the details. So what do we already know? So previously he was charged with 10 counts of attempted murder, 1 count of an assault occasioning actual bodily harm, and 1 count of possession of a knife over that alleged attack on the train. He was also charged with an account of attempted murder following that DLR stabbing the previous night. But now he has been charged with 7 other offences, and he is going to be in court this afternoon as a consequence. Listen to this list. Attempted murder of a 14-year-old boy at Henry Penn Walk, Peterborough. Attempted grievous bodily harm of a 28-year-old man at Viersenplatz, Peterborough. Attempted murder of a 22-year-old man near Pleasure Fair Meadow Road, Peterborough. Affray and possession of a bladed article in connection to an incident at Ritzy Barbers in Peterborough. Theft of knives from Asda supermarket in Stevenage. Common assault of a 31-year-old man on board a train travelling between Hitchin and Biggleswade. He will be at Peterborough Magistrates Court this afternoon to face those charges. I mean, that list is absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. We had heard about the first one, the attempted murder of a 14-year-old boy the day before. We had heard about the barbershop, but the other stuff there is absolutely shocking. So the attempted murder of a 22-year-old man, we hadn't heard about that. Attempted grievous bodily harm of a 28-year-old man, we had not heard about that. We had not heard about the theft of knives from Asda, right? And we know shoplifting is absolutely rife and everyone seems to get away with it these days. But if you see someone stealing knives of all things from a supermarket, you should be straight to the police, not just thinking, oh, it's just another one stealing. Asda got big questions to answer there. Did they call the police when this alleged incident happened? And if they called the police, did the police bother to do anything, or just thought, we'll just let him get away with all of those knives? And then the other one, common assault of a 31-year-old man on board a train. So multiple incidents involving trains. Of course, these are all alleged. We don't know if he is guilty of these charges, but the fact that he is a suspect in all of these things, yet for not a single one of these was he arrested, picked up by the police and put behind bars so that he could not go onto that LNER train the following night on Saturday night where a mass stabbing incident occurred and he is the prime suspect, is genuinely beyond me. It should have just been one of the shocking crimes on this list, after which he would be arrested, put behind bars until the police have dealt with him, right? Why was he walking free, this man? Of course, as I said, don't know if he is guilty of all of these offences, but that is a shockingly long list. If he was involved in anything on those lists, I would have expected him, after the first one, to be arrested and taken away so that he could not go on to commit any other crimes if he was a suspect. This is genuinely shocking. I mean, what happened on that evening on the 1st of November has traumatised all of the people on the train, certainly traumatised those who were stabbed. It's put a whole load of people off of travelling on the trains. People are terrified now. In fact, you folks may have seen online yesterday another video of the tube in London where a man was allegedly waving around a machete. I'm not sure if he stabbed somebody, but it absolutely terrified people, especially after this. Okay, this potentially did not have to happen if authorities had acted the first time this man became a suspect in a crime the day before. I'm just absolutely horrified. Let's just go back to some of that footage of the scenes from that day. This was just a few weeks ago now. That's the train pulled into the station in Huntingdon. The driver, I don't believe it was had to stop there, but the driver decided to pull into Huntingdon station when he was told what was going on. Look how many emergency I mean, this was horrific. It was huge. It was terrifying. And there go the armed police going in to storm that train. Crazy this is happening in our country. And you see there the police responded. They responded very, very fast, very quickly when that occurred. But you see all these charges from the day before now, and you think, what is going on with the police? How on earth was a suspect with all of these charges for not just one incident, but loads and loads and loads and loads of different incidents? How was he a free man? How was he walking free? It is beyond me. If you work in the police, if you're a copper, please do give us some insight down below in the comments as to how on earth this can be the case, because I am genuinely baffled. I'm infuriated. I'm absolutely infuriated knowing that horrific events could have been prevented potentially if the police simply did their jobs. Anyway, I'm Chloe Dobbs. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you hit subscribe down below if you want to stay up to date with all of the news. See you next time.